All right, you will be able to see it on this screen, but you won't be able to navigate over here. So I would suggest designate somebody standing over here who can go through the presentation.
Perfect, thank you.
More likely we need to designate someone to be in charge of the computer.
Okay. So you'll have to do it over here. Okay.
I did a whole bunch of kind of animation.
Again, the screen is over here, so you have to click over here. All right.
Okay, well, so it's a second
So,
monitor.
hello,
Your mouse is on
everybody.
that screen.
We're Team Bellatrix, and we have a auction bidding site. We have Rolling on our team, Brighton, Bryce, and myself, Randy. Go ahead and flip the side.
Here we are.
All right.
So what is Bellatrix? Just so you know, we're not at all related to the Harry Potter witch. We are a web application that allows users to easily create an account and log in, search and browse items up for auction, place bids on items, post items up for auction, and that. Yeah. These are the technologies we used. Someone gonna say this?
We use Node, Handlebars, Express, Sequelize, Bryce. Totally nailed it on Passport. That was a new technology we experienced there. And we used jQuery and Bootstrap for the front end. And in the front end, we tried to make it as minimal as possible just to make it streamlined. We had all of these items generated by handlebars. And we used the handlebars to grab each item from the database and create each item individually.
So the idea was that we wanted to create a super clean user interface, basically a single page application that allowed users to easily navigate through all the products and place bids on them really fast. So.
What you just said.
Let's
And
talk
this is
about the authentication we use. I didn't create that. I actually found it online, but it's pretty similar to. Yeah, I'm not that cool. It's pretty similar to the way I used it. You know, basically we had a sign-in page, and using Passport, we were able to make a call, and we used what's called bcrypt. Can you go ahead and click it twice? We use bcrypt, which basically stores the user's passwords as a hash. And so yeah, we're using MySQL, Sequelize, to store the users into a table. And then once the user is verified, then it's serialized and then redirected to a success page. And now let's demonstrate.
Time.
All right.
Can we be able to switch over the
maybe.
Command tab?
What is it?
Try escape should exit the presentation.
So you have to scroll towards it.
To the right. Yeah, you have to use this screen.
Oh shoot! Can you see it?
Touchpad.
Oh, there we are.
That's tricky. So yeah, let's go ahead and go to the give them the full walkthrough.
So we got category buttons, and each of the items has a tag in the database that says what category they're under. So these just call by that tag in the database.
Pulls all the
Appliances.
products with that category.
We don't have any home goods.
We don't have anything in home goods? Okay. Electronics.
Let's see
And-
the sign in.
And yeah, what if you want to add an item? Oh wait, you can't because you're not signed in. So
Go ahead and click sign up. Just use test@gmail.com. It doesn't verify if it's a real email or not. Not that technical.
It's gonna. Oh, Gmail. Does that matter?
You just gotta make sure you type that in.
What?
Go ahead. Okay. Now the user signed up, signed in, and then now they can create products. So go ahead and let's create a test product.
And the categories are dropped down. 200 people making up their own categories.
We do have the ability to upload images. Roland, you want to explain how that works?
Yeah, sure. So with the upload images, we can access our computer's file directory, and what that does, everything I read about storing images in MySQL said not to do that. So I found an image hosting site where you can upload an image to there, and then they have an API, and you upload it to their API, and then it returns a JSON object that has a URL, like a direct link URL to the image. So once we get that, we store that in our database, and then that's how we call the images on our display. Yeah,
You and haven't had any images that we can use.
yeah, I don't want to upload any.
No? Okay. We don't need an image.
We'll skip that.
But it does work.
Yeah.
Feel free to test it. Now we can go back to the home page and verify our product is there. I think you put it parallel.
I think so too.
It's gonna be at the bottom.
I'll scroll here.
How do you scroll? Is that what you're asking?
There we go.
So,
And test just now.
product test.
Image not found because we didn't put one there.
So now, when a user wants to bid on a product, if they're signed in, they can click Bid Now, and a modal will pop up.
Very good,
Kinda-
James.
And
Is
the
it
product
bigger
moves more.
image? It's not distorted.
Yeah, we gotta work on our UI a little bit. But then the user can enter in a different bid. If they enter a bid that's less than the current bid, then it's going to give them an error. And if it does, if it's more, then it'll technically update, but we actually haven't gotten that to work. So that's the one thing we haven't gotten to work really.
Yeah.
But
That's
we're
as far as we
working
got.
on it, and we hope to complete it by today. So.
Do you want to try putting a number that's too low?
I guess you haven't pushed it yet.
No, I didn't push that
That
part.
makes sense.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's our project.
All right. Yeah.
Any questions? Set the bar.
So how does the database?
How does the database look like? We have two tables, one for users and one for products. And like I said, the users basically store the email, the username. It doesn't store the actual password. We're using bcrypt, so it stores like this crazy long mumble jumble password. And the bcrypt, can kind of compare the passwords when the user goes to sign in.
And it has the original price it was posted with, the current bidded price, and you can put in a date for when the auction will end.
Oh, that does it automatically.
We were
It just
planning on
adds
setting
7
a timer
days to
for it.
whatever day it is, and that's when the auction ends.
Eventually, we'll add timers so a user can say if how long they want the product to be displayed for up for auction for, and then it'll have a countdown timer, but sort of ran out of time, very limited. So
So what kind of errors or challenges do you face when you compare the database?
it's a good question.
What was it?
Issues we ran into trying to access the database.
I think really just updating an item in there. That's the one problem that we had. We had no problem posting it or getting them, but updating.
Once they were
it.
there, it was easy to get them out, just
Yeah.
information, but actually interacting, putting information into it.
One problem
Yeah,
I
post-
had was when I was doing the use table, I was using the original name of our database. And when you use Heroku, you have to make sure that you use the Heroku database name so that it inserts all the items in there. So we were going through iterations of trying to figure out how to do that. And then I realized that we weren't using the right database name and then start working.
Also, initially, we basically built 80% of our project before we even deployed it to Roku. So setting up JAWS DB, we thought that our seeds.sql file would automatically, populate the database, but it didn't. So we had to automatically or manually enter them in. And then we're having issues with the image URLs because there were spaces in the actual URL. So anyway, we ended up having to go through manually delete all the spaces and stuff like that. Anyway, because with all the pictures that we have up here, we just have deployed basically.
Stored in the server.
Yeah,
Just a bunch of test products.
So for authentication, you guys use Passport.js, right?
Correct.
So how difficult or how easy it is to
It was it took me a good while, probably about 6 hours, I'd say. And I really just followed a bunch of tutorials, and I got it to work, really. And then I kind of went back and was trying to understand how it, really all played out and what was really going on. So it's pretty difficult.
Is it easier than the previous? We had authentication in the first project also, right? Gmail.
It was easier because I had a little more knowledge, like what I was doing. When I was doing the Google OAuth, that killed me because I had no idea what I was doing. But made that work too. So anyway, any other questions? Yes.
Did you think about
Daniel.
using Firebase for your bidding?
Sorry.
Did you ever think about using Firebase for your bidding?
No,
I don't think that ever crossed our mind too.
not at all.
Forgot that existed.
TBH Firebase.
Yeah, what's that? Anything else?
Thanks for
Store items. We use Firebase to store items